Schneier. I'm an adjunct faculty member here at the Harvard Kennedy School. My background is in cybersecurity, and I'm thinking more about AI and how it will affect our systems, primarily democracy. We're having a lot of trouble governing tech in general. If you think about our inability to govern social media or much of the internet. AI seems to be following in that same path. It's worrisome. Social media has caused a lot of damage, and you could argue that its unregulated nature really hasn't serviced us well. AI is going to be more powerful. It's going to be more powerful for the good and for bad. And I think regulation is essential here. But right now, we have a government that really isn't able or willing to regulate tech, and I worry about that.
And what about personal privacy and surveillance?
Surveillance is the business model of the internet. You know this, right? All of the site services you use spy on you. This includes sites that are free, like Facebook. It includes your television that you purchased. And that's largely because there's no real regulation of surveillance capitalism. AI is going to do that as well. AI is going to be a lot more intimate. If you want an AI that serves you best, it's going to have to be trained on everything about you. It'll be your life coach, your therapist. It'll be everything, and it'll know a lot. And just like Google knows a lot and uses that information to serve you ads, that's going to happen with AI as well. You're going to ask it for a hotel recommendation. Will it give you what's best for you, or will it give you whoever is giving that AI company a kickback off the back end? We're not going to know, but the lessons of the internet and social media tell us that unless we regulate, there'll be a lot of surveillance and there'll be a lot of manipulation.
What about data rights at the moment? Who owns the rights for personal data with AI?
The United States, data is generally owned by the collector. So you use your phone, you're using apps, you're using the cell phone feature. A lot of data is collected, and it's owned by those companies. It's owned by you too, but the companies have the databases. And they sell that, often without your knowledge or consent. That'll be true with AI. Right? The conversations you have with it will be sold to data brokers, to advertisers, to political parties, to foreign governments, to anyone who wants to buy. That's separate from the data that's being used to train the AI. Right now, there's a lot of battles about whether using data from a newspaper, from your Reddit posts, from everywhere, is that a copyright violation or is that allowed? And we're going through some turmoil right now figuring that out. Largely the companies that own this data, right, the newspapers, the Reddits, they want to be paid.
And how do you see the future of this in terms of private companies and government regulation?
Right now, private companies, internet companies, have a lot of power. They have a lot of lobbying dollars, and they're using it to make sure they're not regulated. We know how this works. Every couple of years, the social media companies are hauled into Congress. They're yelled at by Congress people. Regulation is threatened, and nothing happens. And that's what's important. Nothing happens. This is different than in Europe. The EU is very much the regulatory superpower on the planet, and they have a comprehensive data privacy law. There is now an AI regulation. It's not that great, but it's a start. In the US, there seems to be no appetite to go against these companies and to regulate. As long as that's true, it's going to be a free-for-all.
And just one last question. So looking to the future, how many years do you think, on estimate, it would be until the US develops more comprehensive policy?
I'm always hesitant to bet on numbers of years. 20 years ago, I would say it's in 10 years. Now I believe when you say it'll be about 10 years, that's code for I have no idea. I'm just going to pull a number out of my butt. So I don't know. Things have to change. Right now, money in politics, the power of the tech monopolies, those are great enough that we're not going to see reform. So something has to change. Will it be like a massive catastrophe? Will it be the federal government breaking up the tech monopolies, or some natural churn of tech that makes these technologies more democratic? Will it be something about money in politics? I don't know. Something has to give.